And next up at UFC Fight Night, Strickland taking on Hernandez. We've got Alibi Idiris taking on Ode Osbourne. And I'm going to kick this one off. Give me Ode Osbourne here. Underdog? No way. What have we actually seen from Alibi here? He is a guy obviously coming off of the Ultimate Fighter finale. He did lose in that previous fight against Morales. He's got nice spinning attacks, don't get me wrong. The Kazakhstan native, you see the flag, you think wrestling. No, this guy is a decent wrestler, but doesn't necessarily have the ground game I think everybody kind of expected him to have in that Ultimate Fighter finale. And we know with Ode Osbourne, he is a guy that you want to be able to grapple. If you can't grapple with him and you are forced to stand and strike with him, he is going to give you a lot of problems. Ode, you know, obviously the Jamaican sensation here. He is a guy that likes to counter-strike. He has fantastic hands, good hand speed, nice kicks. And I think realistically, he's just going to struggle on the feet with a guy like Ode Osbourne. And Ode Osbourne, if you go back and watch that fight with Steve Erceg, he was able to clip Erceg multiple times in that fight. Erceg, a top high-level guy, in my opinion. Erceg also wasn't able to take him down and control him on the ground. And I think Erceg's wrestling is probably a little bit better than Idiris is here. And I think realistically, if you go back, you do your tape study, you look at the matchups, Ode Osbourne talked about, and Dominic Cruz pointed this out, that in his previous fight, he obviously knew he was getting taken down a lot. So he went away, he worked with Aljamain Sterling heavily on his takedown defense. And it showed in that Steve Erceg fight. Erceg was only able to get him down 3 out of 10 attempts. I think a guy in Idiris here is going to be forced to stand and trade. You know, he's going to struggle to get this fight to the ground. And ultimately, Ode Osbourne is either going to find a knockout or beat him up on the feet for 3 rounds. Idiris does have nice spinning attacks, don't get me wrong. He's always live to land, you know, some sort of spinning back fist, spinning elbow, spinning wheel kick, but it's nothing that Ode Osbourne hasn't seen, and I think this is a good stylistic matchup here for the 34-year-old to get back in the win column and kind of keep his UFC tenantship alive. And I think Idiris is a guy that's not proven to be UFC level. He is a guy that, you know, he went on to the Ultimate Fighter. He looked good. Everyone thought he was going to come in and be this big favorite and get it done against Morales, but he was not proven to be UFC level yet. So until he wins against a guy in the UFC, a ranked opponent here in Ode Osbourne, or formerly ranked opponent, I should say, in Ode Osbourne, I don't think he can be trusted. So give me Ode Osbourne here as the underdog spot to get this one done. Carlos, who you got in this one?
I also went with Ode Osbourne to get it done. And, you know, pretty much for all the reasons that you just mentioned and the fact that Idris here, he's got a little bit of a wrestling background as well, but he's one of those guys that wants to stand and engage. And if you're going to stand and engage with Osbourne, I think he's the better athlete. I think he's the better striker. And I think he's faster from point A to point B. And I think that spinning attacks, yes, he's probably seen them before, but sometimes you spin too much and you get caught. And against somebody like Osbourne, I could see that happening, him turning to do a spinning back fist and getting caught with a straight right down the middle. So I'm going to go with Osbourne to get it done. I think that Idris, when you know that you're fighting against somebody like Osbourne who's been struggling with takedown defense, that's something that you should bring to this just to test it. I just don't think that mentally that's his number one. I think his number one is striking. So to force wrestling to be your number one is just, you know, it's not second nature. So I'm going to take Osbourne to get it done. Idris, unfortunately, I think he's got some potential. I just don't think he's going to get it done.